Welcome to the Wild Podcast. I'm going to do these. So, I am your host, Michael. Guest with me, Anthony. We started our YouTube challenges together on this for one particular reason, and that because, just like the title says, Delphi Midnight Edition, coming to your YouTube near you, of course. Everybody loves Delphi, at least people who love murder mysteries and unsolved cases. So, I got a plan. I thought about this before, but I'm bored, okay? I'm just bored. Alright, I literally was going to show you guys an awesome school that had a church inside of it, and my intel was off, and they actually demolished it. It was freaking piles of brick, you know. I was getting 90+ degree weather hoping to give you guys this awesome school, and it was just destroyed. So I thought about this before, but I never really was like, I didn't really continue thinking about it until just recently. So this is my plan right here. I've been to Delphi several times, everybody knows that. I still got Delphi footage that hasn't even been posted yet of us going back from our first launch. And I still got Delphi Part 2, which is still not filmed and still not done yet. And I told you guys I was going to do that. We still are, just haven't done it yet. But what I'm doing this Saturday, that's right, this Saturday, I am doing the Delphi Midnight Edition. So, what I'm going to do is a special group of my crew members, ones that are getting picked only because the situation that we're going into is we are going to be exploring the Delphi's, at least the bridge location, the quote-unquote famous words, down the hill area. We're actually going to be doing it at night. And not just, oh, it's dusk. I'm talking about night. It's midnight edition. Like I said, a certain crew is going to be with me, only because this killer's still loose, and we want to see if maybe what we can't see, you never know, there might be somebody freaking midnight or 1 o'clock roaming around and where those girls got murdered. You never know. You never know, the killer might just show up super late at night, and I don't know why, but you never know. So, and besides, everybody loves the Delphi video. Well, I shouldn't say everybody loves it, just the Delphi murder on YouTube in general is very popular. Everybody, loves to have their own theories about it. So, I and my crew are going to do what I call a blackout edition. And that's where we're going to go at night, and we're going to see if maybe we can't, catch somebody, or at least see somebody snooping around,
You should have said that in your
title. Those late hours at night, you really don't expect to see anybody roaming the woods or anything, but, if somebody's roaming around, right around where those girls, died, that's pretty suspicious to me. But that's what I want to tell you guys. We're going to do a Delphi Blackout Edition. I think it's going to be awesome. So, my goal is to do that Saturday. I don't really have any infrared cameras yet, and they're not going to get here right away either. Even with Amazon Prime, they're not coming.
You could always do that.
T-Pass. I don't know if T-Pass is gonna come on this one. This is not a night adventure.
He said he wants to go to a one that involves climbing.
It's hard to get him on night adventures.
I need my drink here.
Code red. There's a shortage going on. I'm freaking out. Every store. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to do a blackout Delphi edition. Very dangerous. Like I said, we don't know what, who's out there. If anybody is going to be out there, we could go out there at midnight and just hear freaking deer and animals running everywhere and be bored. But I definitely think it's going to be worth checking out. And what's really cool about this video is this video is going to be different. It's not going to be like my past videos where when I go to film them, they don't get released, months and months apart. I'm releasing this one right away. Once we're done filming it, let me rephrase that. I am not going to post it right away if we don't capture anything. Okay. If it's one of those, I drive an hour and 25 minutes away and we don't get nothing at all, I'm not going to waste your guys' time posting that because it's just not worth it. Like, I have the footage for the that school, that church in it, and I don't even think I want to post it. Honestly, I don't even know if I mean, there was a little section of the building that wasn't destroyed. I mean, when I say a little section, it was, they ripped most of it off. It was just open. And I went inside there and filmed it, but it's just not really worth posting unless, somebody's like, oh, I just want to see the footage. Now, another thing that I've been doing is Facebook Live. People can add me on Facebook, but if you are a subscriber or a fan of Wild Adventures with Michael and the crew, if you guys are a fan, message me first and say, hey, I'm a fan. Just don't keep sending me just friend requests without a message, because I'm not going to accept it. But if you guys say, oh, hey, I'm a fan, only since I've been doing Facebook Live, it gives you guys an opportunity to see us explore live. When we went to the Three Rivers Hospital, which, by the way, quote-unquote, isn't haunted, I don't know, but I captured some things that you guys might think it is haunted, and I would love if anybody, is a non-believer to that stuff, let's go. I will take you to Three Rivers in Michigan, and you guys can see for yourself. But enough of that. Gosh, this is gonna be good. Anyways, let me get back on topic here. But if you guys do add me on Facebook, it gives you guys an opportunity to see Facebook Live. That school, that church I was telling you guys about, I literally Facebook Live the whole thing. From me running through the place because no trespassing, you're being watched on camera, quote unquote. You know how that stuff goes. At the time, I did see part of the building destroyed, but like my maps and stuff still showed the main structure part still built. So I went ahead, just me all by myself, grabbed my bags and stuff, cut through a cornfield or a bean field to sneak around, and then I realized that it was just all tore down, and I was like, dude, this sucks, because a lot of people used to hang out over there. One of the reasons why I think it got tore down is because a lot of young kids would go in there and actually catch it on fire. And one time it caught big sections of it on fire, and the police and the fire department just got tired and kept getting called out there. So they ended up putting no trespassing, and then a bank bought it, and then I believe, I want to say like a hunting club, they end up purchasing the land, and is just completely tore down everything. It's going to clean it all up and just make it one giant hunting ground. But that's what the whole Facebook Live is. It gives you guys an opportunity to see where we go live. Like that hospital, my phone unfortunately is having issues. Oh, here we go. I'm still on. I see you. Well, I see myself, but my phone's still having issues with like the mic for Facebook and stuff. So you guys couldn't hear anything. Because I was Facebook living the whole Three Rivers, and what happened was nobody could hear me. So I've just been using Liz's phone, and you guys can hear everything, see everything. It's not going to be perfect, but just gives you guys that opportunity to see see it live. Is just really, really cool. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. The screen's gonna pop off or something. Just add that. I'll tell everybody, anybody who's, has me subscribed on YouTube, which probably you guys ain't watching, but that's okay. Anybody who has watched my Delphi and loves Delphi, I just want to let everybody know that I will be going back to Delphi to do a pure pitch dark edition where it's all, we're going at night, and the reason why I also have Anthony here is because we drove past Delphi once at night. We drove real slow and went all the way around where that one bridge is. People who live around there, of course, know what I'm talking about.
No, it's very sketchy.
Yeah, I mean, at nighttime, at nighttime it's unreal, really. And just the fact that, those girls got murdered down there and the guy's still on the loose, it just puts a whole new level of fear in it, Do I think that guy's still around? I don't know,
Possibly.
man. I don't know. I mean, that's why I kind of want to do like a dark, just a night edition, because, what happens if we do see people out there, around their little memorial, or, quote unquote down the hill, with flashlights looking around. I mean, late night hours, that's suspicious. Why would people be, that's something YouTubers like me would do, But like, if we can capture or at least see, somebody snooping around, at those late hours, it's like, oh, hey man, what the heck's going on here? That's what I'm hoping to accomplish here is maybe we can help out a little more than just what we have been. Like I said, I've been to Delphi several times. Last time I went to Delphi, me and Jacob we filmed a huge section of where we completely walked across the bridge, and then we went through the whole thing. We even crossed the river. Me and him actually literally crossed the river. Got soaking wet just walking around, because it just puts a whole new level of just a whole nother level. So, speaking of that, let's kind of go into, and another thing is, I'm kind of thinking, this whole thing happened, oh man,
Are you talking about Delphi murder?
Yeah, now I'm talking about the murderer, but one thing I kind of want to talk about is, remember, these girls were abducted in the afternoon hours, which is daylight, okay? Daylight. Just to kind of put in mind, somebody who's willing to do this in daylight, that's crazy, because it was in February, but it was pretty warm that day, just like it was. The girls were just walking the trail, the trail that they've known for all their life, always been on the trail. But it was mid-afternoon, daylight, when this guy did this, which is crazy, because I know there's had to be other people on that trail. had to be. No doubt in my mind, you know, because how popular it is. When we went with Jacob, we went early in the morning, dude, and there was people all over, you know. So this kind of already puts in mind, you know, this guy clearly not afraid if he gets seen. And like I said, you never know, you know, he might show up there at night. I don't know, or somebody will who's, you know, shouldn't be there, you know, like we. Should we be at Delphi at night? No, probably not, but guess what? We're going to. And then we're going to film the whole thing, and hopefully we can capture something so you guys can see it. But it just kind of put in mind, you know, like people are just thinking, this guy's on a whole nother side, you know. It was mid-afternoon, daylight, and another thing I want to kind of personally, I have a few, you know, things I just don't really understand, and I would like to go ahead and just express those. I know I'm at 15 minutes. I'm going to end this at 30. I don't want to end too long. But one thing that really kind of, I don't know, it just drives me nuts is, you know, around late afternoonish, this guy came and he held these girls, or you know, I don't know what he did to them, but nobody else saw him. We even went on that private road. Said no trespassing. Me and Jacob, we were there. I mean, I've looked it over. I was, you know, as a YouTuber, or at least me, if I'm going somewhere, by God damn it, I want answers, and I'm gonna go in places I'm not supposed to be to feel it, to scope it out, get the feeling, because that's who I am, and I think it just amazes me, because there was a statement, I think it was a statement of a woman who I believe lives in a house who drives on that private road, and she says her son's out there, what, every day? Almost every day. And she said something about she wishes her son stayed out there even longer. I mean, no offense, maybe you're watching this, or maybe you watch our Delphi, but that's suspicious to me now, since they have a new, which kind of doesn't make sense to me, because I seen the original photo, and yeah, it's crap, but that looks like an older man to me, but I could be completely wrong. But like, right there threw a red flag for me. I was like, what the heck, this guy's always out there, you know, every day, you know, and just, because this guy made these girls, again, late afternoon, when they didn't arrive like they were supposed to meet up with their ride, start freaking out, you know, calling the cops, you know, and of course the police probably gonna wait, because usually when you call in, they make you wait a little while. You know, in my head, when they stopped the search, and where the girls' bodies were found the next day, it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, how could nobody, if these girls were missing for that long, nobody thought to walk on the side of the hill like me and Jacob did? We walked it all the way back to see these girls. I mean, yeah, they probably called the search when it was probably close to nighttime, but I mean, this guy managed to keep these girls quiet for that long. And I don't know, you know, I know the state police probably know, or the sheriff's department probably knows, but you never know. Maybe he didn't even kill those girls right away. Maybe he kept them alive all that time, and then decided to kill them at night. And I'm sorry if people get, you know, bothered by this, but, or maybe he made them walk across and then he just killed them and left them there when it was still kind of daylight. But the point I'm trying to get to is where their bodies were found and how far away it was from that bridge. Why did they not search that? I mean, I don't care if it's dark. It's like, I've been to Delphi. Yes, the hills are steep. It is dangerous. But, I mean, come on. I mean, me, okay, I am not a policeman, I'm not a firefighter, I am, you know, I'm none of that stuff, but the type of person I am, if somebody's missing, by God, I don't care what time it is, I'm not going to stop looking for them. And especially where their bodies were found and how close it was to that bridge, it does not make sense to me at all. Why they, you know, we're going to stop searching, we'll do it tomorrow. In that time period where they stopped searching, they could have came across that guy with the girls. Yeah, I mean, unless this guy just straight up murdered them after he made them walk across this bridge, as it was captured on the cell phone. So he just murders them and then somehow he escapes? I mean, it just makes no sense to me. Why they stopped the search? Why did the family, and I could be wrong, you know, I wasn't there, but why did the family also stop searching? Just because a police officer tells you, hey, stop searching, that's your daughter or son, which in this case it's Abby and Libby, but I would never stop, never. And where their bodies were found, and as far as that bridge, it took me less than an hour, and me and Jacob walked the bridge, okay? So we were literally walking across that old railroad bridge. If we would have just took the hill on our way back, it was so much faster. So much faster. I mean, even if it's pitch dark, keep in mind, maybe this guy's a local, always lived there, knows it, but walking in those woods at pitch dark at night, I don't care if you're an expert, you're nuts. The hills are too steep. You're going to have a light. I mean, if they would have stayed out there and kept searching, you would have saw a light. I mean, that guy can't pitch dark. I mean, there's no way. There's no way. I mean, I hate to say it, but I am going to say it. It just sounds like something, you know, somebody's trying to cover up something, because how could you stop that search? How could you stop that search? Even at nighttime, you figured they would have had at least somebody, you know, just stay out there and see if somebody would have had a light at all. You know what, you know, I don't get it. I don't. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't think it's ever going to make sense to me. And it's not going to make sense to anybody else until they solve this. And even if they do solve it, is it right? Did they solve it right? Is it the right person? Nobody's going to know. The only people that know is the killer and the two girls who unfortunately aren't on this earth right now. You know, it just doesn't make sense. Another thing is, why would he make them walk all the way across and then make them cross the water? I mean, did he make them go all the way around instead of crossing through the water? All right, let me tell you something. Jacob is not a big guy. He's a scrawny guy. And let me tell you something. When we walked across that, I had to grab him or he was going to get swept away. All right? Not to mention, these girls, it was in February. It was warm that day, but that water's not warm. I guarantee it. That water's not warm. You know? And why would he walk through the water himself? I mean, even if he did, yeah, it's freezing cold. You know, maybe the girls will think about hypothermia, but if it was me, and he made us walk through water, and he was walking through water, even if he had a gun, water, current, I'm letting it take me. Just letting it take me. That's just something I would do. So, it's just something to think about. But I just want to tell you guys, I am going back to Delphi. This is Wild Adventures with Michael. Thank you for watching my podcast, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday.